Imagine a really beautiful, expensive grand piano.
Oh, I am picturing it right now.
Now someone sits down to play it.
Okay, that sounds nice.
But they only hit one single key.
Wait, they just play one exact note?
Yeah. Over and over again.
With the exact same pressure?
Exactly. They never change the volume.
Well, that would sound totally maddening.
Right. Even with perfect timing, it hurts.
It would drive me absolutely crazy.
Because the piano can make gorgeous music.
But playing one key ruins everything.
Learning a language is exactly like that.
Oh, I see where you're going.
Like, your grammar can be totally perfect.
Which makes you feel pretty successful.
But if your pitch never changes, well...
you become that broken one-note piano.
Welcome to our deep dive today.
We are so glad you're listening.
We are looking at a really helpful script.
It is all about speaking English better.
Specifically, moving from an A2 to B1 level.
But it is not about new vocabulary.
No, it is about speaking with emotion.
So we are focusing on how we sound.
Exactly. We're focusing on something called prosody.
Prosody. That is a great linguistic word.
It basically means the music of speech.
Like the rhythm and pitch of voices.
Yeah, and many learners really struggle here.
They speak with completely flat voices.
Their voice stays on one level constantly.
And this creates a specific problem.
Flat speakers sound exactly like robots.
That makes a lot of logical sense.
Right, because humans use pitch for emotion.
So when pitch is missing, we get confused.
A robot does not feel joy or sadness.
So a flat voice signals no empathy.
Even when your grammar is completely flawless.
Wait, why do learners speak flatly then?
That is a really great question.
Are they trying to sound robotic?
Not at all. It is about cognitive load.
Your brain is working so incredibly hard.
Right. It is translating words constantly.
It is checking grammar rules and vocabulary.
Exactly. Your brain focuses on technical parts.
It just drops the emotional part.
Emotion gets sacrificed for grammatical accuracy.
But native speakers care about emotion more.
Yeah, if you say you are happy flatly,
the listener will never actually believe you.
They will think you are hiding feelings.
That is a terrible outcome for you.
So how do we fix this robot problem?
We really need a clear solution today.
Our source introduces a highly effective method.
Oh, what is it called?
It is called the shadowing technique.
Shadowing. That sounds a bit mysterious.
It is actually pretty simple to do.
Okay, so how does it work logically?
You listen to a native speaker audio.
All right, I have the audio playing.
Then you speak aloud at the exact time.
Wait, I just repeat words like a parrot?
No, mimicking words is only step one.
Oh, there is more to it.
The real magic is copying their pitch.
So I copy their exact energy.
Yes. You must copy their true feelings.
But won't I sound like a crazy cartoon?
I mean, that is a fair point.
Like, copying an energetic podcaster seems unhinged.
You do not want to sound unnatural.
Right, I want to sound like myself.
But shadowing stretches your own emotional range.
You explore how high your voice goes.
And it builds muscle memory in your throat.
Oh, so it bypasses the slow grammar filter.
Because you focus entirely on the music.
It trains your mirror neurons, right?
Yes, to actually feel the English language.
Mirror neurons help us feel others' feelings.
When you shadow emotion, you feel it.
That sounds like an empathy workout.
It absolutely is. It makes you human.
Because flat speech is that broken piano.
So what kind of audio should you use?
Should learners use formal news anchors?
Oh, definitely do not use news anchors.
Why not? They speak very clearly.
Because news anchors sound stiff and unnatural.
Oh, right. They are just reading facts.
Exactly. Find a fun conversational podcast.
Like a show where people are laughing.
Yes, because that has natural emotional prosody.
I imagine this feels very silly at first.
Oh, you will feel completely ridiculous.
Making big noises alone in your bedroom.
Yeah, it feels strange in the beginning.
But feeling silly is a core learning part.
You have to step out of your box.
Your comfortable, flat little robot box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But shadowing is just repeating things.
What happens in a real, unpredictable conversation?
That is where things get much harder.
We should look at a concrete example.
Concrete examples always make concepts clearer. Imagine your friend gets rare concert tickets.
Oh, wow. For a band they love.
Yes, they save money for months.
That is huge. They run up to you.
Right, they run in to share the news.
How does an A2 learner usually react?
Well, they rely on basic, safe vocabulary.
So they might say something very simple,
They just say, that is very good news.
but their voice stays completely flat.
The grammar in that sentence is perfect.
Yes, but the delivery completely ruins it
Your friend's excitement will instantly vanish.
because they will think you do not care.
A flat voice sends a deeply negative message,
It signals boredom or even secret jealousy.
and that is a terrible message to send.
So how does a B1 speaker handle this?
A B1 speaker uses better vocabulary.
And they bring lots of high energy?
They smile and say, wow, that is incredible.
That sounds instantly more supportive.
They might say, I am a huge fan.
Or can't wait instead of just want to.
Because can't wait shows genuine passion.
But let's look at the actual mechanics here.
It is not just about the word incredible.
Right. It is about where your pitch goes.
In English, your voice must physically go up.
It goes up on exciting, emotional words.
So the word incredible gets the highest pitch.
The middle syllables actually rise in tone.
This brings up a fascinating cultural point.
Yeah, because cultures show joy very differently.
In some cultures, loud excitement is rude.
They value quiet, calm support instead.
They show happiness internally without a scene.
But English speakers show joy very openly.
If you react quietly, an English speaker worries.
They might ask if you're feeling sick.
Because quiet implies something is physically wrong.
So we must practice pushing our pitch higher.
We have to break those old cultural habits.
Think about the word wow for a second.
It is a brilliant little emotional tool.
Do native speakers really use wow often?
Oh, we use it almost every single day.
It shows surprise and positive support instantly.
And it gives you a second to think.
It is a great conversational bridge.
But reacting to good news is relatively easy.
What about formulating your own complex thought?
Like giving an opinion on something controversial.
Yes, that requires much more complex prosody.
Let's talk about sharing opinions on technology.
Imagine someone asks about a new smartphone.
They just bought it and want your thoughts.
An A2 learner gives very flat facts.
They say, the phone is expensive, but okay.
That feels incredibly blunt and cold.
It lacks any conversational padding.
How can we improve this blunt response?
Our source suggests the B1 opinion method.
Okay, what is the first step there?
We start with phrases like, to be honest.
Oh, that makes you sound much more authentic.
Then we use contrast connectors like, however.
You say, it's useful, however, it's quite expensive.
That sounds balanced and much more mature.
But the real magic is in the timing.
There must be a pause after, to be honest.
Why is that short pause so important logically?
Well, a speech pause acts like a breath.
It literally gives the sentence human rhythm.
It gives the listener a second to prepare.
They prepare their minds for your contrasting idea.
Rushing straight into your opinion sounds defensive,
It makes you seem nervous or aggressive.
or it makes you sound like a robot.
Taking a breath shows you are thinking deeply.
It shows you respect the conversation's weight.
English speakers heavily trust people who pause.
Think about why opinions cause social trouble.
People attach their egos to consumer choices.
If they buy a phone, they want validation.
If you say it is bad, they hurt.
That is why, to be honest, is crucial.
It lowers their defensive barriers first.
It signals you are sharing a vulnerability.
And the word, however, shows you see both sides.
It shows you are not just attacking them.
Balanced opinions are highly respected in life.
This flows into an even harder linguistic skill.
The absolute hardest skill is disagreeing.
Saying no is terrifying in a new language.
When you lack words, you become totally blunt.
An A2 learner is often far too direct.
They simply say, I do not agree.
I have heard students use that exact phrase.
What is the cultural logic behind avoiding bluntness?
Why is a direct no considered a problem?
Because English relies on indirectness for politeness.
In some cultures, directness equals pure honesty.
Russian or German speakers often value bluntness.
But in English, bluntness feels like an attack.
You might win the argument, but lose friends.
We need a way to be socially safe.
This is where B1 speakers use softeners.
Softeners are a fascinating part of psychology.
They are like a car's physical suspension system.
The disagreement is a big pothole in the road,
You are still going to hit the pothole,
but the softener absorbs the massive shock.
so you do not feel a violent crash.
That is how I see your point works.
You say, I see your point, but
It proves you actually listened to them first.
it validates their intelligence before you disagree.
Another great softener saying, I am not sure.
Feigning uncertainty is a classic politeness strategy.
It invites them to explain more without threats.
Using softeners protects the other person's ego.
It is all about preserving public face.
This brings up a really deep philosophical question.
Do polite words actually change how we think?
If we use softer words, do we become softer?
I think it forces us to be empathetic.
Because you must consider their perspective first.
You cannot just bulldoze them with facts.
Softeners build a friendly bridge between speakers.
They keep the conversational door wide open.
Nobody likes having a verbal door slammed.
This is a crucial survival skill for work.
Disagreeing with your boss requires excellent softeners.
You cannot say that project is a bad idea.
You would probably lose your job fast.
Instead, say, I see your point, however.
It demonstrates very high emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence equals perfect grammar in English.
It is also vital for maintaining friendships.
Imagine a friend suggests a terrible restaurant.
An A2 speaker says, that is a bad restaurant.
The friend immediately feels totally insulted.
Because their personal taste is being mocked.
But a B1 speaker navigates this beautifully.
They say, I'm not sure about that place.
Then they gently suggest a better alternative.
It keeps the evening fun and positive.
It proves feelings are the core of language.
Softeners are the secret weapon of fluent speakers.
They make everyone around you feel comfortable.
And making people comfortable is the ultimate goal.
We have covered so much important ground today.
This has been a deeply practical journey.
We learned perfectly, flat grammar is basically useless.
Because a flat voice destroys human connection.
We discussed shadowing to build vocal muscle memory.
Shadowing breaks you out of the grammar trap.
We learned to push pitch up for joy.
We must embrace the loud excitement in English.
We explored the psychological power of the pause.
A pause gives your opinions weight and respect.
And we discovered how softeners protect relationships.
Softeners are the suspension for bumpy conversations.
Remember our grand piano from the beginning?
Yes, playing only one single maddening key.
Do not be a one-key piano anymore.
You have an entire keyboard of emotion available.
Use your pitch, your pauses, and your rhythm.
Play the beautiful, complex music of English.
I want to leave you with one thought.
Think carefully about your own native language.
Do you use softeners and pauses at home?
You probably do without ever thinking about it.
Those empathetic feelings already exist inside you.
You just need to unlock them in English.
That is a wonderful insight to end on.
Go find a fun podcast and start shadowing.
Embrace the emotion and do not fear silliness.
Goodbye, and keep practicing your beautiful new music.
'Cause girls like you are guys.